Hey y'all, Sherry G. I'm about to drop an audio. It's a Love and Marriage Huntsville, one of the castmates. It's Stormi. I want you to take a listen, and then I'm going to come back and give my views, opinions, state my allegations, and all that jazz. Now, keep in mind that the views I express are alleged. It is of opinion, and it's for entertainment, fair use, and all that jazz. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the audio. You take a listen, and then, like I said, I'll be back to give my commentary.
Their growing pains. When I was in my growing pains, I saw comments like, "That's why I don't support black business." I was like, it has absolutely nothing to do with being black. It has everything to do with not having a mentor, not having the proper resources. I can tell you the God honest truth. There was time, like when I first started, we were sitting on $3 million. Nobody would loan us anything to help us scale more. And we had everything that we was qualified for. Yep. So when she say that we need you guys, we need you guys not to support our businesses, but so we can go out here and learn and continue to grow, so we can come back and bring you back up and support you. Because we're the ones who's going to give you the answers, because no one gave us the answer.
Okay, y'all, so there you have it. So look, this particular clip or this audio was taken from a clip that Stormi dropped in her Instagram Live, and it's back from last year, May of 2022. But she just recently pinned it on her page. So to me, it sounds like she's really trying to promote herself and promote the fact that she's learned from her past mistakes. Because as we all know, Stormi has been proclaiming that she is rebranding Canvas Beauty to what is going to be known as Canvas 2.0. And she actually talked about it with her husband, Courtney, on this last episode 12, this last Saturday. So anyway, I found it interesting that she reposted this particular clip, but I listened to it because I never heard it the first time. So I listened to it, and I do have something to say. Like I said, keep in mind that my views are alleged of opinion for entertainment, for fair use, and all that jazz. Now, one of the things that she says is that when she was in her growing pains, it would upset her or unnerve her, again, I'm paraphrasing, to hear people say, "That's why I don't support black businesses." So that tells me that Stormi has had a problem somehow, some way, when dealing with people as it pertains to Canvas Beauty. And it is my allegation that is some of the same things that is still currently happening today. In fact, she mentioned before that delivery of the products has been one of her main struggles. I'm also going to say that customer service is another of her main struggles. So anyway, I found it interesting that she said when she was in her growing pains, because in my opinion, Stormi is still in her growing pains. Going back and looking at the feedback on the Better Business Bureau, she is still a rated F. And the most recent comments on there that were derogatory were recent in April. Now, I've been seeing, even under this post and other posts all over the internet, I've been seeing people complain about the length of time it's taking to get their products. And I remember that there was a time when she stated that those products would go out in 3 business days, that she had really upscaled her distribution aspects of her business. But according to recent feedback, that still hasn't happened yet. So in my opinion, Stormi is still in the growing pains of her business. She mentioned that one of the reasons why things are going awry, or that people were upset, because she was learning as she went along, and that she didn't have a mentor, which I find to be interesting, because in the same breath, she says that she and Courtney were sitting on $3 million. So if you have $3 million that you're just sitting on, you couldn't afford to find a mentor, someone who you could trust to help you, someone who's an expert in the field, someone who at least knows about how to get a business off the ground, who at least knows about marketing, who at least knows about having a good CRM, a customer relationship management system. You didn't have anybody. You couldn't find anybody with your $3 million that you could have trusted to invest in yourself so that you could grow as a leader, as a manager of your business. And then the byproduct would be that your business would grow and you would have more success when it comes to appeasing the customers. I just found that to be really, really interesting. And as far as I'm concerned, she still doesn't have that part of her business together yet. She actually stated on the show in one of the episodes in an earlier season that she had a distribution center or some distribution company that was pushing the products out for her. But lo and behold, we find out that that's not true. She's actually pushing the products in her warehouse. So my bigger question is, the one thing that's missing for me is who is actually making the products? I mean, are they making them in the warehouse as well as packaging them up and distributing them? I'm not really sure about that part. Like, who is the manufacturer that's actually, or the chemist who's helping with these products? I guess she really doesn't have a chemist because she's the chemist. I don't know. So there's still like a lot of questions. I hear that the body glaze is the bomb, that it smells really good. My whole problem with Stormi in supporting her is not that she's black, but that she's a bad business person. She has no respect for her customers, nor does she respect the dollars they spent. Because if she did, she would actually answer the emails, because these are the complaints, right? This is the common complaint. No one answers the emails. There's no way to get in touch with anyone in customer service. Customer service is very important. And when you have the lack thereof, or you ignore people when they're trying to communicate with you, when they're asking, when am I going to get my products? When they're asking, can I have my refund? Or you send part of the products and not all of the products, whatever the issue is, or you send them products months and weeks later when you promised that they would go out in 3 business days. To me, you don't respect the customer and you don't respect their money. So usually for most businesses, the way we grow as business owners is by word of mouth. That works in real estate, that works in every business when you're essentially working for yourself. So Stormi hasn't learned that lesson. And as far as I'm concerned, she could use a good mentor. So she's lacking in the mentorship still to this day, but yet she wants to mentor other people. Who's mentoring her? She's lacking in resources because, she's still struggling with getting those products out. She's lacking in resources because who's handling the customer service aspect? She doesn't have anyone really handling the customer service. It must be her too. And like I said, she said that she was sitting on $3 million, but they still couldn't get a loan to help them with their business at that particular time when they first started. And I say that you have to have good credit. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you're not paying your bills, then people aren't going to trust you with their money. The banks aren't going to trust to lend you more money because they look at the history of how you've been paying your current creditors. If you're not paying your current creditors, if you're behind on car notes, if you're behind on credit card bills, if you're behind on, sometimes it's even utilities that report to the credit bureaus. And if all of that is listed, they're going to say, if we loan her this $50,000, what are the chances that she's going to pay us back? So to me, when I heard her say, I'm sitting on $3 million and still couldn't get a loan, it just says that her credit wasn't good. Now, again, that's just my allegation. So I find it interesting that Stormi is trying to proposition herself in a way to mentor other people, to offer, mentorship to other people when she's still, to me, struggling. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Canvas 2.0. I mean, what's the holdup? In my opinion, it's the legalities, because she has a lot of loans, liens, judgments. They have all of that has to be resolved. And in my opinion, I feel like she's going to resolve it. Perhaps, now again, this is just my opinion, perhaps by doing a bankruptcy so that she can keep the pasture, the house and the pasture, and then she can move successfully forward with Canvas 2.0. Those are my thoughts. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Again, if you did not like this video, please do so. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, because I will be back. Until then, ciao.